Hello friends, I Dr. Sarika Panwar welcome you all in the video lecture series of 12th Computer Science Part 1. Chapter 3 is the C++ programming and today we will discuss pointers in C++. Now see students, the pointers questions will not be directly asked in the examination, but there is one topic in chapter 3 and that is pointers to objects, and to understand that topic we need to first understand the what do you mean by pointers and how it can be used. Okay, students, so we will start pointers in C++. Actually, pointer is a variable that stores the memory address of another variable. Okay, that's why it is called as pointer because it points to some other variable, to some another variable. And why it is done? Pointers actually provides a way to access and manipulate the memory directly. Okay, there are different ways we can access the variable, and using pointer is one of that. Okay, so that is essential for dynamic memory management and efficient array and structure handling. So we will first understand the basics of some memory. When we store some data in memory, first thing we have to do is what? Declaration of the variable. Okay. So now consider that where it's stored, where is the name of the variable and it is stored at some specific address. Okay. Here we can see that where is the name of the variable. It is the integer variable and its value is initialized at 10. Okay. So this is nothing but the declaration of and initialization of a variable, but when we do it, the memory is allocated for that particular variable and the value will be stored. If we are declaring that it is integer variable, then it can store the integer number. If it is a float variable, it can store the decimal number. If it is a character variable, it can store the character variable. Okay, but the thing is that memory allocation is done. Okay, and now we can make the pointer for this variable. So for that purpose, we have to use the pointer variable and declare a particular variable as a pointer variable. And here what we have done, PTR. PTR is declared as a pointer variable. How we can say that it is a pointer variable? Because this star is there and this star indicates that it is declared as a pointer variable. It will not be the normal variable, it will be a variable which will hold the address of some variable. Okay, and this is just the declaration. It doesn't mean this writing the statement doesn't mean that we are making this PTR as a pointer of var variable. Okay, still we have not done it. Okay, so further what we will do, we will initialize the pointer with the address of the variable. And how I can do it? I will assign the address of var variable to this ptr variable. So actually what happens in the memory? See students, we have declared one variable var, okay, which is the integer variable and its value is declared as 10. Okay, but we need to understand that here there is some address to this memory location. Okay, and we can make the pointer variable which will point to this address. Okay, so this ptr will hold the address of this memory location where, that's why we can say that ptr is a pointer of this var variable. This is how we can make this ptr as an integer pointer. Now here you need to note one thing, that here now with the help of this diagram we can better understand that what is the pointer variable and how it holds the address of some other variable. In this diagram, what we can observe that var is a variable. When we declare it as an integer variable, the space is allocated inside the memory. So this is the memory which is allocated for this var variable, and what value we have stored here, that is 10. Okay, and what we can observe that this is the address of this variable where it is stored in the memory. Okay, so address of variable var, it is 0x7FFA0757DD4. Actually, the address starts from this 7. Okay, This 0x indicates that it is what? The hexadecimal address. Okay, addresses are actually represented in hexadecimal numbers. That's why 0x represents that it is a hexadecimal address. Okay, we have to make this pointer. We want to make this particular PTR as a pointer of this var variable. For making this PTR as a pointer of this var variable, we have to tell the compiler that this PTR is not a normal variable, it is a pointer variable, and that should be done with the help of star, that is star PTR. Okay, and you need to mention that it will be the integer pointer because it is going to point to the integer variable in this where it is the integer variable. So we have to make this pointer as what? Integer pointer. So that should be what? Int star ptr. So when we write int star ptr and int var, and var is equal ptr is equal to address of var, when we assign, then it will become the pointer of the variable var. Okay, so this you need to understand. Now we'll see one code here. These are the two statements: hash include istream.h and using namespace standard, then void point. This is nothing but one function we have declared, and we are not going to pass any parameter to this function. That's why this bracket opening closing bracket is blank, and return type of this function is void. Then this is opening bracket of this opening curly bracket for this function, beginning of this function point. And in this, inside this function, the first thing we did is what? The var integer variable is declared and its value is assigned to 20, and then we will declare the pointer variable which will point to this var. Okay, so int star ptr, it indicates that this will be the pointer variable, and now we need to note that data type of the ptr and var must be same. Here if it is a float pointer, it cannot point to the integer variable. Okay, so that you must note that data type of ptr and var must be same. Okay, and now we will, next thing what we will do, we will assign the address of the variable var to ptr, and now ptr will become a pointer of the var variable. Okay, so assigning the address of a variable to a pointer is very important. And now next thing what we will do, in the same function, the function name is point, display the values. Okay, so this message will be displayed with the help of cout value at ptr, and we have to uh, also display the content of ptr, what is there inside the ptr. Okay, that we want to display. That's why we have written just this ptr. Okay, so here in this demonstration you will also understand that how to access the address of the variable and how to access the pointer variable content. Okay, and that we can do by using the cout. Here in next cout statement, what we want to display, value at var variable, and we know that value at var variable is 20. Okay, so here var, if you display, it will obviously display the value at var variable, and that is obviously 20. And now you see here the difference. Now we want to display the value at star ptr. Okay, and what is the value of value at star ptr? That makes the difference. Ptr and star ptr, that makes the difference. Star ptr will display again the var value. Okay, because here what we are trying to display, the value which is stored at the var variable, and it is pointed by the ptr. Okay, so here in the third statement also it should display 20, and here we are closing the function. Now in driver program we will just write the main function, and its return type is int, and opening curly bracket. Now here we are calling the point function. Okay, point function, we have written the definition of the point function and return 0. So it will simply call this point function which we have defined. Okay, and here we are closing the main function. Okay, and now we will see the demonstration of this code in dev cpp. So this code I have written here in dev cpp compiler, These are the two usual statements which we have to write hashing to diastream, then using namespace standard and void point. This is the function actually we are defining here. Int var is equal to 20 will assign 20 value to the integer variable var. Okay, and here we are declaring ptr as a pointer variable. Ptr is just the identifier. You can give any other name, students, that you need to note. Okay, you can give any other name. Here I am giving suppose p, so int star p, it is a pointer variable. Okay, and now p is assigned the address of the var variable. Okay, and we will display it now. Okay, so value by using cout, it is the value at ptr. It will display, and if we are writing ptr here, it should be now p, because we have changed the name of the variable, pointer variable p. And in the second cout statement, we want to display the value at var variable, and here value at star ptr, we should understand that what it will actually display. And here we are closing the function point. Int main is there, and it should return 0, because return type of the main is int. Okay, so this code is saved with pointer dot demo dot cpp. We will compile and run the code, and we will see the execution. Okay, so now here see what is the value at ptr. Value at ptr, because it is a pointer variable, what it is holding, it is holding the address of the var variable. So what is the address of the var variable? It is 6ffdd4, and as I have told you that this 0x indicates that it is a hexadecimal number, because the addresses of the memory locations are represented in hexadecimal. So actually the address starts from 6ffdd4. Now what is the value at ptr? It is equal to 20, because we have stored the 20 value at var variable, and now you must note here that what is the value at star ptr. So star ptr will also display the value at var, and var will also display the value at var. Okay, so this is how we can access the variables by using the pointers dynamically. Okay, students, this is about the pointers in CPP. Actually, the questions will not be directly asked based on this pointer in 12th Computer Science Part 1, Chapter 3, because this is not the direct point which is given in your syllabus. It is associated with the pointers to object topics. That's why we need to discuss. Students, it is my genuine request to all of you. If you like the content of this channel, please press the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel.